on TV3. My name is Beatrice Edu, and the Electoral Commission says it is re-exhibiting the provisional voters register. And you're aware that this is after so many issues that they've had to deal with the opposition NDC, as well as a few stakeholders who have not been so happy with how the Electoral Commission has gone about things. So we want to talk about this today because this exercise is starting today, is expected to end on Saturday. And of course, along the conversation as well, we'll be talking about the poll coming from Musa Dankwa, putting one of the presidential candidates ahead going into the December 7 general election. Let me introduce my panel for today. I have with me Nana Sapon. He's political aide to Alan Kwejo Tremantin with Movement for Change. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on Big Issues.
Good morning, Beatrice.
I also have with us Kojo, actually, Awal Mohammed. He speaks for the Youth Employment Agency, a member of the MPP's communication team. Good morning to you, Mohammed. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
And we'll be having Kojo Chumbuafo, who is with the opposition NDC, who will be joining us very shortly as well. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us once again on Big Issues on New Day. I want to start with you, Mr. Yao Sapong, about this. Okay, so we just had Chumbuafo joining us, so he'll be joining us very shortly. But before we get the commentary of the panel members, let's bring you some details the Electoral Commission gave us just some hours ago. And it says that this exhibition, rather re-exhibition of the provisional voters register will be online. The original one was done in the district offices of the Electoral Commission. This time around, the EC says that it wants to do it online. I'll read a few of the details it has given to us. Re-exhibition of the provisional voters register, PVR, will commence on Tuesday, 15th October and end on Saturday, 19th October. So 15th October is today. And it says that from today, the 15th of October, Tuesday, voters can check their details via a short code. And that short code has been provided here. If you're watching us, *711 *51 hash free of charge. *711 *51 hash free of charge. Now, voters can also check their details from the website of the Electoral Commission, that is ec.gov.gh.gov.gh. Voters should click on the pop-up link at the bottom right corner of the screen and enter the 10-digit voter ID number to receive their voter registration details. In fact, before we started, okay, let me go through the second page of that statement from the Electoral Commission. It says the public should note that any discrepancies identified must be reported to the district office of the Commission where they are registered voters for correction. Once the re-exhibition exercise ends on Saturday, 19th October 2024, voters will still be able to check their details online. But the caveat here is that they cannot request for correction of their details. Political parties are required to use a template provided by the commission to submit any discrepancy or discrepancies identified during the re-exhibition period. So that's the information coming through from the Electoral Commission. And let me start. I was coming to you, Nana Sapong.
Yes.
And I was saying earlier that we're here because the EC has gone through a lot of process with the opposition NDC, as well as some other stakeholders that raised issues. First of all, let me just get your preliminary comment on where we are right now.
Thank you very much, Beatrice, and a very good morning to my colleagues here and our viewers, and a good morning to my presidential candidate, Alan John Kwejo Tremantin, who's currently in Kumasi. He's in the Ashanti region. He's caused some fear and panic that some people would have to rush again to Menchia and rush again to the Ashanti region to do a tour when they have been there already. And it's interesting how the Ashanti region has received Alan Tremantin and the GTP. And if I don't know if you have a copy of the GTP. If not, when I'm done, I'll give you a copy, and then you would go through, because it's a document that every Ghanaian would have to read it. The Asante Hene is commended the GTP and said that indeed it contains almost every single detail of the sufferings and the solutions.
So your preliminary comments.
The Ghanaians would love. And so we are doing a good work. Now, what you should understand is this, that the elections that we have always gone through since 1992, I want to limit it to 1992, as not a one-day event. Elections are a process, and we go through these processes and we learn our lessons and we improve on them. This current Electoral Commission, as an agency, I would not say are doing bad, but I think that they have an issue when it comes to listening to Ghanaians and, you know, doing that which the Ghanaian voter deem as right. When you are working with people and you are working for people, you have a responsibility, Beatrice, to listen to the people and to make an understanding of their demands, and then you bring out solutions to the issues they raise. Of course, many Ghanaians did raise issues with the voter register. Many Ghanaians did raise issues, and even civil society organizations also raise their own issues. And if you're coming out with one of the solutions, that is the re-exhibition of the voters register, in order to make available the provisional register for the stakeholders or the candidates who are taking part in the December elections, then we should do it right. Are we not surprised that one of the most important issues that was raised is being dealt with, and we had barely less than 24-hour notice to inform the population, the Ghanaian who would be voting in December, to know about it? Very poor publicity. This is not somebody who wants to have a private engagement. No, this is for the entire population. Now, I was going through a document, and I wanted to.
So I will come back to you for you to go through that document
for us. Just a second. And if they did even do a radio announcement, now from the Ghana Statistical Service, we have about 70% of households that own radio sets. All right, it means that we have about 30% of Ghanaians who do not even listen to radio. Now, if you are looking at the entire population we have in Ghana, and you want to do this single most important re-exhibition of the voter register for us to all check and to be able to identify the mistakes we have in the register, and you want to do it just online, how many of the Ghanaian population in the rural areas and even in the urban areas have access to internet connectivity, stable internet connectivity? No, don't forget that this is from today 15th to the 19th of October, which is Saturday. And
I'll come back to you to give us more of your issues as you're raising right now. You talk about poor publicity, but again, you also say that the EC has an issue when it comes to listening to Ghanaians. And I'm coming to you, Awal, but I just want to ask you this question before I go to Awal. Where we are now, is it not indicative that the Electoral Commission has been listening? Because if it wasn't listening, you wouldn't even have an opportunity to re-exhibit the provisional voters register.
You have a responsibility.
But it's listen, that's why we are here.
If they did listen, they wouldn't give us this half-baked bread.
Let me get your preliminary thought, your initial comments, Awal, and then I'll come to Kojo Chumbua for good morning to you, sir, who has just joined us. Yes.
Thank you so much. Good morning to our cherished viewers, and thank you so much for the opportunity. President Akufo-Addo is in the northern region as I speak, has started his campaign. He started last week, and he did Upper East and Upper West, and now he's doing Savannah, Northeast, and Northern region. Dr. Bawumia is in the Bono East region. He finished the Sene area yesterday. Today he is in Nkranza North and South and Kintampo South. Dr. Matthew Poko Prempe yesterday was in 2 of the boroughs seats in Akwatia and Ayinsuano, and he's still in the Eastern region. Then you have Samira Bawumia finishing up in Ashanti region, where after that place, Dr. Bawumia will zero into Ashanti region. Then Justin Kodua Frimpong, who is our General Secretary, is in the Western region campaigning. So this is the structure of our campaign, and we are crisscrossing the country doing the zigzag campaign where you don't even know who is where until it is announced on the day. That is the strategy we're using for this year's elections. The EC has really been very transparent as before, looking at what they have been able to do now. You look at the kind of publicity the EC has given, especially in terms of their workings and so on. They allow the media to come and listen in, report on almost all their processes and so on. Don't forget, this is the first time the EC has allowed civil society organizations to be at IPAC. It's a novelty. In the initial stages, Afarijan didn't allow that. Charlotte said didn't allow that.
Well, we are supposed to be improving, is that
exactly.
So
that's why I'm saying that they are being they are as transparent as possible. That's the reason you could find the media with their cameras in IPAC meeting, and everyone sees the proceedings and so on. The EC is doing re-exhibition, which is as a result of them listening to the incessant complaints by the NDC. The NDC went on to demonstrate that they needed a forensic audit and so on. Now, after they were badly exposed in IPAC because TV3 you were there to cover the proceedings, they were not able to substantiate why they think there must be a forensic audit. Now they have back out, and they are saying that re-exhibition is the best way. The EC had responded. Don't forget that the EC had done exhibition exercise in all polling stations for 21 days.
But Mr. Awa, you would admit that the fact that the EC is coming back is indicative that the EC knew it got it wrong, and it could not stay being wrong.
No, it didn't say that. It didn't say it got it wrong. The purpose of exhibition exercise is for them to correct wrongs. In all elections from 1992, every election has an exhibition exercise for you to check your name, whether it has been spelled correctly, whether you have been sent to where you're supposed to vote. For instance, I vote in the Asawasi constituency. My polling station is Adum Sport polling station. So when you go to, when I go for the exhibition exercise and I see that my name is not there, I report it. And that's how it is done. So they did it for 21 days. The NDC still insists that there will be re-exhibition exercise.
But
they are working with time. Don't forget that we need the register, the certified copy of the register 2 months before elections.
Working with time when there are mistakes in the register.
Which mistakes?
But
because
the NDC identified, for instance, the wrong transfer of voters. EC later admitted.
So you see, the problem with the NDC is that they will just say these things without really getting documents to back it. When we said that there were wrongfully transfers in Manchester South, we went to court, and the court forced the EC to reverse over 1,000 people.
But you're not denying the fact that the EC accepted that what the NDC has said was true.
So the purpose of exhibition exercise is for them to correct mistakes. That is why they said the register they gave us was provisional register. So this re-exhibition exercise, he's talking about internet. It doesn't need internet to work. You only need the short code.
Are you aware that this morning we've spoken to some people who say that the short code is not working?
In youth, I work with a youth employment agency. Sometimes when we open up our portals for people to register, the pressure on it, the first day, is too overwhelming that people will tell you it's not even working at all.
Let me ask you my last question, and I'll go to Kojo Chumbuafo, who would also have his initial comments. You say that the EC has been very transparent. You know that's a comment that a lot of people will disagree with you on, because even about the recent exercise when it said that it was printing notices of poll, and then it added ballots. The NDC had to come in again to say that how do you go ahead to print ballots when we don't even have a certified voters register? How transparent was that?
I listened to Samuel Tete. He is saying that those who will come for the same exercise will be the same people that they think they will be able to really continue the process. And that's the reason he gave. That they are not saying they are printing the ballot papers. Because almost every year, if they are printing these ballot papers, they have political party reps in the printing houses. And even the notice of poll, they still have our reps, and they are saying that bring a rep for both. But they are not telling you to. They are not saying that they are doing the printing because they are not even done.
Kojo Chumbuafo, what are your initial comments? And Kojo Chumbuafo is a former executive secretary, Ghana Free Zones Board. You've also, the NDC has directly been accused by Mohammed Awal Mohammed. How do you respond to these in addition to your initial comment?
Yeah, good morning to your avid watchers. Good morning to the panelists. And you see, Awal woke up this morning and he's forgotten all the circumstances under which the NDC put hundreds of thousands of people on the streets simultaneously, demanding an audit into the electoral roll. And sometimes before agents of this discredited government come and sit and try to deceive the people, well, give your head a wobble. You see, give your head a wobble. Get everything straight. The reason why the EC has been forced to come here is that the NDC identified over 243,000 illegal voter transfers. We identified 15,000 unidentifiable voter transfer paths, deletion of over 4,000 voters, corrupt data files. That's the reason why we asked for an audit into the electoral roll. So how were we exposed? Exposed by who? When the TV3 cameras go to the IPAC, were there any naked people there for them to be exposed? What are you on about? You see, sometimes when you come and sit on TV, let's stop the disingenuity. In the end, the reason why the EC have this half-baked thing that they have done is because of the pressure that the NDC gave them. Right? How were district electoral officers able to enter the system and change people's change people's polling stations? Me, as I sit here, Kojo Chumbuafo, my polling station was changed without my knowledge in the 2020 election. I vote at Jack and Jill now, but previously since 1992, I've been voting at Endobet. When I got there, they said my name wasn't there, so I had to search polling stations around the Ayahuasca West before I found my name at Jack and Jill too. So if you live in Savannah, right, and you have to take a canoe to your police station, and you get there and they tell you your name is not there, so go and check another police station. You have to take a canoe and roll your problem somewhere else to go and find out where your police station is. This is what they did. Illegally transferring people's voter designations just for cheap advantage. And when we sit here, we talk about it.
For cheap advantage for who?
The
Electoral Commission is just an arbiter.
Hold on. Oh, God. Where even if we were living on Mars, the people who have populated the Electoral Commission, where are they from? Activists of the MPP. What does Dr. Bosman do? What was he doing before he came to the EC? What was Happy Ahini doing before he came to the EC? Did we not see Happy Ahini campaigning with Dr. Baumia in the Brown region? And you are telling me they are.
Well, those are allegations the Electoral Commission.
It's not
has
an
denied.
allegation; it's the truth.
Dr. Bosman Asari was a patron of Tescom.
I'm not talking about the personalities.
No,
I'm
you are
talking
saying
about
that they are arbiters, and I'm telling you that they are not. Arbitration means I'm biased. Those people who man the EC, they are not. They are not. They are. There's no way anybody can convince us that they are fair. They were forced to get to this point by the pressure that the NDC brought on them. But before I go any further, in 2015, when the current EC chair was the head of the IEA, did she not sign a communique that the voter roll should be audited? So what has changed since she got there? What has changed?
she's telling you that she's telling you their internal processes.
What was good then is not good now because she's there. Because we are doing animal farm, right? 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. That's what we are doing, right? You see, let us stop trying to deceive ourselves and deceive the public. This morning, my brother Awa woke up and he had a deception tune to sing. That somehow or the other, the NDC have been exposed because when you came to IPAC, when you came to IPAC, what were we doing there?
And that's the argument.
The pressure that we have brought to bear is what has resulted in what you are saying.
And that's the argument of some critics who say that perhaps the NDC softened its stance on necessarily getting a forensic audit of the provisional register before the December 7 general election because you did not have all the hard facts to support your claim.
No. Let me tell you why the NDC, if you call it softened in stance, NDC is a party of pragmatism. We took a pragmatic step because the election is a few weeks away. We, as a party, feel that sometimes when you put pressure and you have, like my colleague from the Butterfly Union said, we have a half-baked solution. Let's see whether it works. If at any time we determine that it is not working, we will put pressure on the EC again.
But I thought you said we don't have time towards the elections.
I'm saying that they have come up with what I think is a half-baked solution. What my colleague thinks is a half-baked solution. Let us see whether it works. If it doesn't, if we feel that the MPP-led EC haven't done what needs to be done, we will apply pressure again. Nobody should make any mistake.
So I'm coming to you again, and Sapon, because you were going to give us details as to why you had an issue with the online re-exhibition. Can you give us?
Before he comes in, let me say a big hello to all our activists and all the people who make our party what it is. People like Hajia Hamdia Furi Abdullah, who are putting a lot of pressure on our social media portals.
Mr. Sapon, you have the floor.
If you read the second paragraph, it says that once the re-exhibition exercise ends on Saturday, 19th October, voters will still be able to check their details online, but cannot request for corrections of their details. So this tells us that indeed the EC admits the fact that there are mistakes in the register. All right, and they also admit the fact that not every single individual would be able to check online due to the pressure Awal is talking about. So why do you see fire and still want to put your hand in it? You don't just move the block away because you want to go digital. It is when you have all the infrastructure available and you have it right, and you think that your systems are good, that is why you do this kind of a thing. It's talking about IPAC and the improvement that CSOs have been, and this is the first time. Today there will be an IPAC meeting. The last time. Idris, let's do this one. You're going to help me. We have 13 persons who have been qualified to contest for this year's presidential elections. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Now, none of these 13 individuals went through different procedures. The processes were the same. We have political parties and agents on IPAC per the rules who did not qualify. They are on IPAC. Now, would you not be surprised if I tell you that the EC has refused to admit the 4 independent presidential candidates who have qualified and are on the ballot to IPAC?
What business do they have at IPAC?
The point is,
what business we have on IPAC?
Do they have an IPAC when they are not a registered political party?
So it is. So we are not contesting for this
because they have been disqualified. So they don't have any business.
So IPAC goes to take decisions that is binding on us. Now to Brother now can say, we are going into an elections. I am a key stakeholder. MPP didn't go through a different procedure. You went through the 261 districts to gather signatures. I did same. We have political parties and agents that went through the same procedure that did not qualify. The structures were not different. I qualify. IPAC needs to take critical decisions that is supposed to be binding on us. Now, crowd of form say was over IPAC so because of these 2024 elections. You are there. Decisions are taken. And those decisions, you want to take those decisions to bind on me. When we have all gone through the same structures and procedures. You don't think that
he has a point in what he's saying?
It means Analyst is out of IPAC. He is talking about people who have been disqualified.
And they also want to okay. But see, the 13 persons who are qualified and are on the ballot.
Yes.
4 of whom are independent candidates. You are talking about the improvements of IPAC.
So you agree with him?
No, let him finish.
Sorry.
Let him finish.
So what I'm trying to say is, see, EC presents to Ghanaians, and they are always quick to come at dawn to send a press statement. Almost all their press statements are done at dawn. 4 a.m., then they'll put it there, inviting.
Doesn't matter the time it comes out.
It does matter. You don't invite me for a meeting at 9 a.m. and send me the invitation at 5 a.m. I don't work in your house. You are having a meeting at 9 a.m. You send me the invitation at 5 a.m. How do you expect me to? They sent an invitation to us, a letter to us, requesting, the agency was talking about, requesting for agents, for candidates to submit list of agents who will be present for the printing of the notices of polls and the ballot papers. For us to submit 3 names each. And so a total, each candidate was supposed to submit a total of 24 persons. All right. Now, I was there. You were not there. You were represented by Evans. I was at the meeting, so I am speaking to fact. And see, what you got it wrong. Now, Asante Kisi comes to meet us and tells us that he has brought a sample of the notice of pool for agents who do not have authority. They are not reps of candidates. They are agents who do not have authority to sign off the notice of pool. Now we've presented 24 persons. Now, these 24 persons were not part of the team that probably worked on the forms, the nomination forms. They probably do not know what went into the nomination forms. They do not know what is contained in the nomination forms. And you bring a notice of pool to this meeting, which was supposed to be an orientation of a sort, for them to sign off.
But eventually the NDC, I mean, there was a meeting, and I
raised that issue.
Yes, we had an NDC.
And I told Asante Kisi, nobody would take any decision on record at that place, because none of the persons present had the authority to be able to do that. He withdrew it, took it back, and that's what I'm saying. The EC is presenting to Ghanaians half-baked solutions.
Half-baked solutions, and I'll come back to you as well as some other members on the panel. But we do have on the line with us Dr. Richard Amwakoba. He is a political analyst. He joins us live on the phone. Good morning to you, Doc. Thank you for joining us on Big Issues on New Day.
Thanks for having me.
Doc, we've seen a statement coming from the Electoral Commission saying that it is going ahead to re-exhibit the provisional voters register from today to Saturday. But what it is that it's not going to be within the district offices of the EC like we had during the original exhibition of the register, but this time it's going to be online. As a political analyst, I'm wondering what you make of this coming from the Electoral Commission at this time going into this year's general election.
That is completely unacceptable. How many Ghanaians can access the internet? How many Ghanaians read? You should answer that question. Then from that he can determine whether the plans he has made it makes sense or not. It looks as if he's purposely being dumb. Should I tell her that? How many Ghanaians access the internet for her to know this is not acceptable? The least you should print it in the newspaper, daily newspaper. The person who doesn't read can buy the paper, give it to someone, my child or whatever, friend. Look in there and see if my name is in it. That's a lot better than saying you are putting on online. Online of what? Don't you know the people you are organizing the elections for? How many are educated like that? So it's not acceptable at all. And I shouldn't tell her that before she knows it's not acceptable.
If you read the statements of the Electoral Commission, there is a binding responsibility, as it were, on political parties. Don't you think that... No. She's completely wrong. The fact that somebody is voting for you or plans to vote for you or support you does not mean that you are responsible for that person, for her to be disenfranchised in terms of voting, and you are responsible for that person. No. Completely unacceptable. Unlawful it should be. You understand? She doesn't know her job. She is supposed to safeguard that right of voting. She is supposed to do not the political party. You can leave any political party anytime. So why should they be the ones who are responsible for you? Because you plan this time around to support them, they are responsible for you? No. That is not the law, how the law reads. Not at all. She's completely wrong. What would you have expected the Electoral Commission to do at this time?
Well, look, it's a massive undertaking. I'm not saying that he should go house to house or anything like that. But you have to come up with something that is tenable, that is convenient for voters. Okay, you can, for example, get one radio station in different regions. Sometimes even to read the names. You understand? This region, all those who are voting here, if your name starts with N, or Wednesday will read the names, whatever. Now, if it's important to the person, you will stay home or get someone to listen to it and see if you hear my name. That's one thing. That's not very effective because it's oral. You may not hear the name properly. In addition to that, you have to put it in the dailies. For example, daily graphic is never done that before. All that one is too expensive, too voluminous. Get Ghanaian Times. Why not? And if I can't read, my child can read, I buy the paper, look in it and see if you can find my name. What is wrong with that? We are not expecting the Electoral Commission to make everything possible under the sun. No. But you have to do things that are reasonable. What he's saying is not reasonable. It's almost as I said, almost as if she's purposely becoming dumb. That's how I see it. Purposely becoming dumb.
That's serious. Why would you say the EC is purposely becoming dumb?
What you just said, is it not dumb? How many Ghanaians use the internet? How many? How many Ghanaians use the internet? You tell me, my grandmother is using the internet, so you go there and find out. Is it not dumb? You know it yourself that the thing you presented is not acceptable, and yet you are saying it. Is it not being dumb, though? I didn't know. What is it? That is mischievous. And that's how it's done. Behave as if you don't know when you know. So I'm saying it's purposely becoming dumb.
But at the end of the day, if there is a problem with whatever suggestions or proposals that the EC is coming out with, if the political parties have a problem with it and the general public...
Why have you put the whole electoral process under the authority of political parties? Who told you that? There are so many people who are not under any political party. What happens? What happens? Very few people are members of political parties. It's during the electoral period that people gravitate here or there. But they are not members. Maybe they didn't tell us a little bit of that. But the political parties are not responsible for them. For you to say political parties should be what?
I get the point you're making, but I'm saying that in instances where there are quote-unquote excesses or things being done that, you know, are not seemingly okay, that's why there is supposed to be IPAC meetings where other individuals can come on board and say that what you're doing is not right, or we should do it this way.
I have a job. I have to go to work. You understand? This is just to help to pick the leaders. What have they done? That is so important that I should quit my job or stop my job and go at IPAC meeting, whatever. The more we vote, the worse it gets. So don't forget, people are not so happy about the performances of these parties. For you to behave as if they are there for me, I support them fully, and they speak for me. No. Sometimes we don't have a choice. You understand? How the parties arrange, sometimes we don't have a choice. And that is the system. You have to go with it until it's changed. That's how it is. Please. Don't allow the Electoral Commission to behave as if the political parties are responsible for every single person in this country. You can change your mind in terms of voting. You can change your mind at any time. The one who was responsible for NDC, today you change your mind to MDP. NDC is responsible for you.
Let me ask you my last question, Doc, and then we can continue with our conversation in studio here. Between now and December 7, what would you expect the Electoral Commission to do to ensure that we have free, fair, and transparent elections?
I expect that it comes out with better solutions. It's not just the Electoral Commission alone who can do this. You can call other people to help. Float the information you have come up with into the public and see the responses, and they will suggest more things to you. Why you behave as if you have no resources? That the one thing that comes into your head is what we should do. No, it doesn't work like that. This is a public forum, and this is important. This is very important. It is the anchor of democracy. If the person is disenfranchised, what's the point? And so you don't do things like this. You take it very, very seriously and come up with better solutions than this.
Want it here. Thank you very much, Dr. Richard Amwakoba. He's a political analyst speaking to us about this exercise announced by the Electoral Commission starting from today to Saturday. That is the re-exhibition of the Provisional Voters Register. Let me get the quick thought of Kojo Chumbuafo. I realized that you were reacting to what Dr. Richard Amwakoba was saying. Let me just get that thought from you, and I'll give the opportunity to other members here.
Dr. Amwakoba is spot on. I mean, I should go and tell my aunt Efuan sign Kodiabe. You know where Kodiabe is? You don't know. Am I lying? You don't know. So she should go and check online for her name. Or I should go and tell some of my relatives in my father's village in Bewasi that they should go and check online. Or they should use short code. Right? You see, this is an attempt to actualize the plan of the MPPEC to rig the election. All these illegal transfers at district level, people's names missing, and they themselves admitted that it was being done. They actually admitted to firing somebody, didn't they? They actually admitted to firing somebody. Have they prosecuted the person? So what we are saying is that the evidence for these insertions and deletions abound for everybody to see. What we were asking for is that they should allow an independent audit under the auspices of the UNHCR, but they under the guise of we've re-exhibited, and you re-exhibited, you tell us this morning that you are re-exhibiting it today, but you cannot change anything. You cannot. I mean,
you can change it within today and Saturday.
Yeah, you told us today. Right? You told us today.
Oh, wow, you want to respond
even if
to
somebody is about to slap you, they wave their hand so you know it's coming.
Beatrice, what we should just put the conversation in the right perspective. Exhibition exercise as contained in the CI that the EC is working with has been done for 21 days in this country at every polling station. The NDC raised issues that they think that there are anomalies in it. The EC has said that the exhibition exercise has been used to delete all these things. When they print the register, the certified register, that is when you see some challenges, you say that these are the challenges. But they are saying that this is a provisional register. That is one. Two is that, let me tell you what a serious political party does. I'm coming.
Or you work for the 1 year or the EC?
I'm coming. I'm here to represent NPP.
But
I'm here to represent NPP. I'm saying that. Let me tell you what a serious political party does. In 2016, we were given a provisional register. When we're given a provisional, we detected that there are people who are not Ghanaians who registered with health insurance card. Abu Ramadan had to go to court, and the court forced the deletion of the people like that. That's what a serious political party does. Again, when we were given the register, we use it against the Togolese register. We saw people. We invited you, the media, at Alisa Hotel to present it. We went and presented the document to the EC. The only reason the EC gave was that they couldn't get the certified register from Togo. The NDC went and said that there are 243,000 illegal transfers. They did not tell us which constituencies. When they went to IPAC, they did not. No. Where? You see, when you elect a novice who has never contested elections before to be your why? Why? I was here. I was quiet. Two opposition people. I was quiet. Let me flow. Let me flow. I'm saying that a serious political party will have to present documents. When Omani Buama went and stood there, what did he say? He didn't present any document. What we detected in Malaysia South, listen, the same illegal transfer that the NDC is alleging, we saw that illegal transfer in Malaysia South. Nana Ejebawa didn't shout, didn't go and organize demonstration. He went to court, and the court forced the EC to reverse the 1,000 people NDC pushed to that constituency.
So let's talk about one of the issues they are raising here, which is if you claim that you indeed want to deal with this problem of mistakes in the provisional register, why are you not letting people...
Me as if I'm the EC.
No, because
I am not.
No, because I'm just asking you that question because of the argument you're making.
The argument I'm making, I am making a sane argument based on law. I'm saying that the law is, you see, now how do you detect whether there are mistakes? The mistakes have been corrected.
So can I land on my question?
No, I'm saying that how do you detect that the corrections have been effected?
Can I land
yes.
on my question?
Yes.
So the exhibition was physical, as in people could go to their district offices and check. So if you're saying that indeed we admit that there are mistakes in the register, we want to give you the opportunity to correct it, why are you not using the same avenue? Why are you cutting short, as it were, per the argument, at least of the people here? And you heard Amwakumba as well. And I'm just asking your thought on that.
So what I'm saying is that when you check the CI that the EC is working with.
So this is like grace period kind of
yes,
exhibition.
because it is not even part of the exercise.
So you don't find anything wrong with the online re-exhibition?
The online re-exhibition is for those who claim that they have been wrongly put somewhere where they are not supposed to be. In 2020, Kojo Chumbuafu didn't go for the exhibition exercise. If he had gone for the exhibition exercise, he would have corrected it. These are things that happened from 1992. From 1990, what happens is that after everything is said and done, they put the register out in your polling station. Go and check whether your name has been spelled, whether your polling station has been changed or so. This is not something new. It is after.
It's not new to enter the system and change my polling station.
No one will enter any system and change your polling station.
So how did it happen?
When after every registration, after registration exercise, because it's human beings, there are bound to be mistakes. And that's the reason. You see, the law from 1992, there is an exhibition exercise because they know that because it is human beings who are working, there is the highest possibility that some people can even be moved from different constituencies. Go and correct it. You were given 21 days to go and do that correction. And this happens almost in every election year. In 2020, it happened. In 2020, there were over 40,000 people who had duplicate, who were double in the register. They used the duplication exercise to clean everything. What we are saying is that the NDC did not. They were just making a lot of noise because there is a saying that they couldn't really submit a single document to the EC to substantiate the allegations. So now re-exhibition will correct the illegal transfers that you are talking about. How can re-exhibition correct the illegal transfers? When you went to the EC, the IPAC, you ran away from the forensic audit. Omani Boama never mentioned forensic audit again.
But he just explains why the NDC quote-unquote softened the stance.
They couldn't soften any stance because they were badly embarrassed that day. Look at what Ayarga and others said. People who were purported to even speak for them. They said, why do you have to waste your time and go on demonstration and still come back and will not substantiate your allegations? How does re-exhibition correct 243,000 that you mentioned? When we saw illegal transfers, we went to court and it was reversed. Now, a serious political party is supposed to do that.
Mr. Chobaf, I'll give you the opportunity to respond, but Nana Osapon, Awal doesn't see anything wrong, as it were, regarding this online registration. He says that the main exercise per the CI...
It's not online. You can use every phone to do it. The only online process, the only online process is when you go. The only thing that requires internet is when you want to go on the EC website.
People are not going there physically.
Let's educate Ghanaians that it is *711*51# and you enter the 10 digits on all your phones and it is free.
Your thoughts?
And so you see, he's talking about law. I thought he would take his phone and read it. I would read from the LI, the exhibition portion. It says that the commission shall cause the provisional register of voters of each polling division to be open for public inspection and scrutiny at the registration center for such period as the commission shall by notice in the Gazette specify.
That was what they did for 21 days.
So they did it, we had issues. And they want to do re-exhibition. Now, if you want to tell me that the law does not allow for re-exhibition, I don't have a problem. But does the law allow for online exhibition?
Yes, even the exhibition, you ask a question, even the exhibition exercise, there was online process. Even within the exhibition exercise, they issued online processes. If you can't go there, you can still do it. I did mine, I checked mine online when they were doing the exhibition exercise.
You have a pen and a paper, so you write.
Two opposition people, you will be giving all the time.
Now, I want to show you something. Okay. Sometimes when we see some of these things, it is better that we prove that what we are talking about. Alan Tramantin submitted a roadmap towards this whole whether or not we should have a forensic audit or an audit. We're talking about the 13 individuals who have qualified, setting up a working committee to be able to look into the register so that it is accepted by all. Now, I want to show you something. Do not mention names. Now, this is somebody's voter's ID card. You see the person's picture. You see the voter number. Now, it is the same person here. All right. Now, the person checks online. Everything is okay. We go online again. Everything is wrong. And the person had to go back to the EC. Report. The same name.
So, yes, you have the opportunity to report.
So we have a lot of these in the register. And that is why people were calling for the audit. Now, let us get this thing clear. All right. Is the EC working for Ghanaians or Ghanaians are working for the EC?
The import of the question is?
The import of it is this. We have issues with the register. We have issues with the processes. When we have come to you, we need solutions. I do not have any problem if
we don't even have a
actually
register.
Check with the EC and they tell us that for time. And that is what they have been doing over the years. I do not think that the EC woke up to just realize that we are going into elections in December. And he's talking about provisional register. We do not have a provisional register, yet we have balloted. We do not have a provisional register, yet we are going to print ballots.
Yes, it's done.
You understand me? Now,
it's part of the
based
process.
on what statistics? And those were some of the concerns we raised. You are supposed to have at least an acceptable provisional register to give us the numbers. Now, you do not know even the numbers. I feel no actual. You guys love to read. And so he says,
You mean they don't read?
They love to read.
It is NDC people don't
They love to read. Now, if you've read some of the statements they have brought out, they are now going to actually orient and exhibit the voter statistics to the parties at IPAC today.
Okay, can you conclude on your thoughts?
So you are now going to discuss or exhibit or show to us the statistics of the register.
That's what is done.
Which is going to be used to actually print the ballots, all right? And you want to push your way through. It doesn't work. The EC, and you see, Bossman should know that he cannot bulldoze his way through. And today, we would be at IPAC. I have already sent a signal to them. You cannot take decisions on December elections without individuals, independent candidates who have used the same structure to qualify to be on the ballot. It won't work.
Let me come to you, Mr. Chumbuafo. Just your very quick thought. We are wrapping up. And then you tell us really what the NDC is going to do to ensure that you're helping out, not just with this exercise, and I'll come to you a while.
Awal's namesake, Dr. Bosman Asari, admitted publicly, and I'm
his name is Awal Mohammed.
You would have thought he was Awal Bosman Asari. But anyway, you see, he admitted publicly that there were irregularities. Okay, I'm quoting from a GBC online document. He said the EC, through its deputy chairman, Dr. Bosman Asari, publicly admitted to the existence of illegal voter transfers and inflations of the voter transfer list during the 2nd September 2024 conference. It's not reported speech. It came from GBC. GBC don't do reported speech.
But when you read the reported speech, they didn't quote.
I'm saying that. Are you saying that the EC has not admitted that there are irregularities? The only thing they are telling us that we will clean it our way. So, and for what my colleague from Nanaya was saying, if you don't know the number of people eligible to vote, why are you printing ballots? And he's telling me it's done. It's done by who?
I'm saying that the EC admitted from day one, they have admitted that there may be some challenges. And that's the reason.
There may be, there are.
That's the reason the law. That's the reason the law
knows that what you're saying is not true.
Opportunity for exhibition.
Have they admitted it or not?
But from day one, they will admit that because it is human institution, it is susceptible to mistakes. So with the mistakes, you use the exhibition exercise to correct the mistakes. Again, you see, IPAC decisions are not binding on the EC. It is inter-party advisory committee. You can just go there, agree on something. If it is not really in sync with the law, they can still abandon it. That is it. The issue now is that the NDC and the Frantoman, they are struggling to send their messages across for Ghanaians to, because former President Mahama is struggling to even tell the people of this country how the 24-hour economy is going to work. He's saying that there will be disco and nightclubs at night and so on. So because they are doing this, they will want to prepare the minds of their...
I don't remember hearing the former president saying
they are preparing about... You didn't hear that?
Dr. Baumia
you didn't hear former President Mahama saying that the disco...
Every constituency will get $1 million. Where's the money?
You didn't hear that.
Where's the $1 million?
You didn't hear the former President Mahama saying that discos and nightclubs will be done 24 hours.
He said it where? He said it where?
I am saying that they are struggling
to push
their information. So definitely now they will want to prepare the minds of their supporters to reject the election. Sami Janfi had said it, that if any results that will come, that is not declaration of former President Mahama, they think that that elections is flawed. The EC is as transparent as possible. Former President Mahama has told us in 2016 that because we vote with a biometric and so on, the EC will not be able to rig any elections for anyone in this country. This is former President Mahama in 2016.
So what has changed? Just saying,
what has changed?
John Mahama saying that nightclubs will be working 24 hours as part of the bigger 24-hour economy plan.
Yes, that's he said it, right? Former President Mahama said it, right? So he said what? That nightclubs will be part of the 24-hour economy. And their lead campaigner in Ashanti region said that they will go and rear the lions and so on. The Pudon man. So the NDC is struggling. That is the reason they are trying to push the blame on the EC. Elections are won at the polling station. Elections are won at the polling station. Make sure that you go and tell the people. When we, in 2016, when we're talking about a credible register, we abandon it, move around, campaign to the people and open the gap with over 1 million votes.
I was just putting it on record that indeed the former president mentioned that nightclubs will be operating 24 hours as part of the 24-hour economy. So exactly. I was just putting that on record. But can you tell us, just wrapping up our conversation, really what the MPP is going to do to help the Electoral Commission in this exercise? And I don't think that I got the same from Mr. Chumbuafo as well as Sapon. Quickly, when you're done, I'll come to you to find out.
I mentioned it that the NPP is moving around telling the people go and do the exhibition exercise. If you can't do it, give it to your son. Now, because of free senior high school, we have 5.7 million people passing through free senior high school. The literacy rate in this country is higher than before. And in Africa today, if you check literacy rate in Ghana, it is higher than most African countries and so. So now the literacy rate is great. There a cratchy BFA in the villages, so they will be able to do the exhibition exercise. You *711*51# with the 10 delegates, and you know where your voters register is, where you vote. If you see that there are changes, report to the EC office for them to correct the anomalies before they are able to get us the certified register. They are saying that we do not, as I said, we do not have a certified register. What we have is a provisional register which has some mistakes, which we all admit. And the EC is saying that they are taking steps to correct these mistakes.
Mr. Chumbuafo.
We will also be educating our voters in as much as what the EC has done is something we thought they could have done better. My brother Awal, who is clearly drinking some of the water in the River Pra that they have managed to poison, is sitting here saying all kinds of things that are in fantasy. Okay, sitting here, fantastic things that he's talking about this morning. Or is it Ankobra that you are drinking? Whatever it is you are drinking, clearly you are not being cogent. For me, as an NDC, a senior in the NDC, as we speak, I will be advocating that in as much as we are not happy with what the EC are doing, our voters should check their names. Make sure you find out exactly where your name is before these people disenfranchise you, because our boss Manasari and his gang of incompetent brigands and buccaneers are completely trying to rig this system in conjunction with their EC. We are campaigning very hard. That is why we put hundreds of thousands of people on the street. Where is the 1 million CD per constituency?
Your constituency has an ambulance.
Where is
it's part of a fraction of that money.
It was a fraction
of that money has been used to a fraction of that money has been used to buy an ambulance for your constituency.
That the Kufadu's daughters bring.
A fraction of that money.
Is that the ambulance that Kufadu's daughters bring?
I need to come to Nana Asapo now to get his thoughts on what
Kufadu's daughters are selling ambulance now.
I do not have information to back.
Oh, you have? Why? You don't read.
So I read, but it doesn't mean that I have information on what you're saying. So please, if you can give us your thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this conversation.
So it is important that we put on record that Alan Chomantin launched the Great Transformational Plan in June. We had a message. In June, we launched the GTP way before even the NPP set up their over 419 member committee to look and draft a manifesto for them. And so when you sit and say we do not have a message, then I would wonder. Of course, he would say we do not have a message because Galamsey has destroyed our land and our water, and the CSIR is saying that we need over 300 years to be able to rehabilitate.
Cabinet minister for 7 years.
Please, can you
For years, he was a
be a gentleman. You know this thing. You know this. I can do better, but I'm always quiet. You know. Don't let us do. Shadrach has warned me not to do something. Worry. All right. And when you would have a candidate who took over when exchange rate was less than 5 cedis and says he would arrest the dollar, and now a dollar bank rate is now 15 cedis 68 Ghana cedis.
Part of the management. Who was part of the management of the dollar?
Wow, can you please land on his thought?
When you have inflation hovering over 22%, and you say that you would have a message, then of course Ghanaians are watching, Ghanaians are listening. But the masses there are there. You understand? So what we are talking about is not who has a message, because everybody knows who's got a message, and everybody has appreciated Alan Kyerematen's great transformational plan. What matters is when you have exhibited signs to rig an election, when you have exhibited signs that you want to intimidate the ordinary Ghanaian from actually exercising their right, when you have exhibited signs that you want to hold on to power, and Ghanaians are resistant, you would come and sit on a national television like this, and then you would agitate. You get it? When you have no message, you would always make noise. That is why you see the Afrofranto people, when we come, we are very calm. Why? Because we want Ghanaians to actually hear, listen, and actually understand what we have to offer. What he has here. When the issue about the Electoral Commission came up, and the noise was going on, Alan brought up a roadmap to actually clear all the doubts. Now, when you are going into an election, the most important document or element in this election is the voters register.
Having made that point, are you able to tell us what you're doing just to help the Electoral Commission go into this year's election in 50 seconds?
We give them a roadmap to follow. And this was not public. We actually stated every single, and we gave timelines. They are talking about time. We actually gave timelines because the EC had already submitted a schedule, an itinerary, of which they didn't even follow because the balloting was supposed to be on the 23rd or so. Fast forward, they brought a letter at dawn around some 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and did the balloting on the 20th. So we give them timelines. We give them a detailed, a well-crafted, detailed roadmap to solving this issue of whether or not we should audit or we should not audit.
Nanayo, thank you.
And this exhibition they are doing in itself or in totality is not an audit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nanayo Sapon, political aid to Alan Kyerematen, founder, leader of the Movement for Change. We've also had Kojo Chumbuafo, who is former Executive Secretary, Ghana Free Zones Board, joining us, representing the opposition NDC. And of course, we've had Awal Mohammed, who speaks for the Youth Employment Agency, and he's a member. I don't know him to be a spokesperson of the
surprisingly, his name is Awal. Surprisingly, anytime the MPP is in opposition, whatever the EC does is wrong.
But that's what the political party do. That's what the political party do.
No, you know that Awal is an NDC.
Can I sign off?
Are you aware?
Can I sign off?
I don't know why you get so surprised when another person moves out of the party.
So
you are an NDC boy.
So you see, calling himself
he himself is an opposition man.
Thankfully, I'm not the one.
He's also. Please, gentlemen, can I sign off?
You don't even have an MPP party card.
Okay.
He still has.
Awal Mohammed is also a member of the communications team of the governing MPP. My name is Beatrice. My name is Beatrice.
You might follow these steps. You can join 1xBet app. Confirm your participation. You can bet on the correct match score. You can get a free bet every week. 1x free bet. Active bonuses for active players. This
advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.
One choice, multiple styles. All big, all unique.
One of the most important and popular forms of communication is through a television set. And not just any television set, but Franco television set. We have smart and LED TVs ranging from the smallest of 32 inches to the biggest of 86 inches. Franco television is easy to operate, it gives you the best picture, and has distinctive features like Maracas, USB, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and 4K resolution pictures. Rush now to any of our branches nationwide or on our website at www.francotrading.com. You can call the numbers on the screen for any assistance. Franco Trading Enterprise is still the home of quality television.
Do it.
If it's for your clothes, now wash your feelings and then my your pride. Tango prime, wash my creamy, you're nice. Baby, I need, baby, I am fine. Be spotless and be bright. Cast fire fabrics and it's gentle on your hands. Tango prime, wash my creamy, you're nice. Baby, I need, baby, I am fine. Be spotless and be bright.